What up, everybody? We live. Let's see what's going on with this Australian dollar chart. Had a crazy sell-off week last week. As you can see, I got the daily charts up right now. Since Tuesday, it's been selling off. Monday was indecision. We just sold off from there, taking out some strong support. What's up, brother? So yeah, we're gonna break down the news we have. We got a holiday tomorrow, so markets possibly could be closed. I'm gonna double check on that and see. But if they are not closed, don't expect to see a lot of action per se. And like I said, we go check the news and see if we even got any news releases early in the week. If not, we should have just normal price action just playing out. The last setup that we had so far was this bearish engulfing on Tuesday on a daily. If you would have hopped into that, that was I'm not even gonna pull up how many pips it is, but you can see that was a very profitable trade. It's very hard to go against this engulfing setup. When it shows at a support level or previous resistance level, it's very hard to combat that setup. As you can see here, the last bullish engulfing we had on the daily was the 27th of April. And as soon as that candle closed, even though we did run stop losses, but the fact that this candle closed like a pin bar and small body towards the top, then not only at the next day creates a bullish candle with the same formation, a pin bar forming from the top with a small body at the bottom, we would expect volume to come in, and probably this was a news day. I'm not you have to go back in time on May the 2nd to see what actually happened, but nonetheless, that was basically filling in this wick, and also the same scenario for that day. We had bullish momentum all the way up to these highs. We had equal highs up here, so as you can see, liquidity was grabbed up here. We did get an engulfing coming down, but it wasn't a color change engulfing, but still, it was still a powerful move to come down and fill basically this whole price gap area. And the fact that we did not return back bullish, as if this was just a retest, if you will, to push back higher, you could very well easily just look to take sales as it breaks the low of this support that formed right here. As we can see, even if you got on the daily and took sales here at this engulfing, you would have to have stops up here, which never got hit. And yeah, that's basically where we are right now. We did break a new low. Let me see if this is a low. Yes, we have created a new low of the year. This is our first new low because we've been bullish since January 3rd. So this is our first initial new low of the year that happened March 9th. It was a support that was confirmed and created around April 25th. And that double bottom also kind of going in line on this Tuesday and Wednesday on November last year. So this whole level of support was held until we had this very, very large bearish candle to break it. And when you have strong support like this, when it's multiple touches, especially on a daily, I would say anything more than three or more is definitely going to need a strong bearish or bullish candle to break that support or resistance. And you can see that on smaller time frames too. When you get multiple touches, you know, you get equal highs like this high right here, it's going to need a strong bullish candle to break through this. And, you know, you won't know that until the candle closes. But you can have some kind of idea how that candle will close after you, if you look at the market after London closes around like 11 a.m. New York time. From that time all the way until 4 or 5 p.m. when the new daily opens, you'll have pretty much all the clues that you need to use to determine if that candle is gonna close bullish like it did, because who knows, it could have popped all the way back up and closed up here still under above this strong support. So that's why it's always good to wait for candles to close and see. So with us being bearish, creating a new low of the year, we did fill in this gap over here. That's why I took it off. I had this gap I had created since November. I noticed that it hit this area, the top of this price gap right here. It hit that and reversed. That was the second, or that was the first new low of the year, and then we get another one right here. So like I said, another reason to justify how strong the support is. But nonetheless, we broke through that and closed this price gap, and then that's when we started to get signs of, you know, retracing back up. So if anything, I would expect price to potentially come back up to that old support, which would be a break and retest to 65.82, 65.80 area. If not, if we continue bearish, then we do have targets down here that we can reach. And right now we are 65.30 to 64, about 120, 130 pips away from that area. So it's about a few more, about 2 or 3 daily candles, you know, that we can see from that. If we continue bearish. But yeah, let's see what the 4 hours looking like since we broke that down on the daily. Let's see if y'all got any questions. Y'all leave a comment in the chat. I am on the YouTube live right now, so y'all tap in. But let's see, we're on a 4 hour. Same scenario, broke this strong support right around here. This is the real breakout sell right here at 9 a.m. in the morning during, you know, high volatility. We continue to trade lower throughout Thursday and Friday. Really Thursday. Thursday evening is where we created new support, and it was respected on Friday in the morning when high volatility, even though Friday is the day where we see most orders and trade size kind of diminish, like a volume kind of slows during Friday. You got to look at Friday as like in a session, like the end of that session. In a session, you know, it's like a whole week. So that was the end of that session. So market is going to have some kind of chill, and you can see it in the candle sizes. You know, you won't get no big, large candles towards the end of the session or the end of the week. It rarely happens. But you can count on it to happen throughout the middle of the week. I mean, that's just a given. That's just high volatility, how it plays out. We didn't get a color change engulfing, but we did get this that worked out in a buy. If you took that, targets would have been right up in here, right under here. So I would have probably put it right there, 65.35, right on top of this wick. That touches the support that was created right here, then broke. So that would have been a nice little easy area to target. If you were taking that trade right now, we do have a bearish engulfing. But with this wick that's up here, I'm going to expect the price to test this, and the fact that we got, I ain't gonna say it's not really equal highs, but it's somewhat. But nonetheless, we do have this little slight price gap, so I'm gonna mark that because that's targets if this if we continue bullish. That's a nice little area to target right there. And that's a 4-hour gap from May 24. So 5:25. Bam. So yeah, we got targets right here on a 4-hour. See if we can at least get it to this midpoint line. Let's put about 50% of this range. Do a little rate. Drop it down. There we go. Bam. So yeah, we would like to see price come above this line, and then we'll look for sales. Or anywhere in this box area, but that would be a sweet area to look for sales. Anything above this line, and if we break higher, then of course we probably reaching up to this area up here. Or like I said, we could be at this old support term resistance. So I'm gonna put a dotted line right there, just so I'll be in the know of what's going on. We go over right there. What was that? Can I say this is daily support? Yeah, I can say that, but let's see, all daily support term resistance. Look. Lock that bench on now. Bam. All daily support. Turn resistance. So if we do break through this, we could see some market having some struggles right here. Like on a 4-hour, we wouldn't have no justification as to why it is right here. But when you go back, you see why. This is why. That's why we would expect the market to have some kind of hang up instead of just ultimately break through. But if it does break through, it's going to be a very, very powerful candle. No weak shit. No weak shit. You hear me? Lock that bitch in. Yeah, they breaking in. They breaking in. I'm going to put some music on. All right. Broke down the 4-hour. Everything looking good. Let's go to the 1-hour. Damn. I hope y'all ain't do no deals with scamming NJ. This nigga's all on YouTube, yeah. But back to where we are. Trying to get some music in the background, you hear me? All right. The 1-hour is doing what it's doing best. It's holding true to the engulfing candle. This was, let's see, this is Sunday. Let's go over last week on the 1 hour. We had an engulfing here Sunday night. I know that's something I think we looked at on the live last Sunday. If you would have took that stops above the recent high, which would have been here, 5 pips above the recent high, which would have been about 80, 66.80 from an entry of, oh yeah, that would have been crazy. 53 to 80, that's 27. So that's still technically under 2 ATR. Shout out to Pip. So that still would have been a nice situation, because if we looking into future hindsight, we know what that trade did. We know what all their setups did. But nonetheless, if you would have taken this trade, you probably would have gotten out right here on the reversal of this engulfing coming off of this minor support. We had support right here. It broke through, but that broke right into the support. A lot of consolidation overall, not really a true breakout, but still, it is considered one when you look at from this price section right here. That was a breakout. Didn't do a retest and continuation, so broke back up to the upside. We get here, this 1 hour engulfing pretty much stemming from the same zone, the same little bullish zone that we were saying that we saw buys from. And if you got into this buy, which not many of us did because it was 4 a.m., this probably would have been a better scenario here, but I don't like these weak ass candles. That is not how we should be looking for trades. It should be beautiful, like beautiful, beautiful setups, not this weird shit. Trust me, I've been watching this for over 4 years, and I know Australian dollar. But nonetheless, if you would have taken this trade or any other setup from the bull side, your take profit would have been right up in here. So not much. 66, because we look for structure for take profit. Yeah, it could come to these highs, but let's go for the low hanging fruit first. Let's take our profit here, or at least take off, 75, 80% of the trade and pocket that money. So as you can see, if you did have your stops here or your take profit there, you would have got taken out later on that night on Monday. Then what do you know? We get a bearish engulfing at midnight. Still going off this Sunday engulfing. So even if you caught this buy, you were right back in for the reversal trade. This one was a good setup, but the only reason, the fact that it didn't try to test any of these highs, I would expect it. And being that it's at 2 p.m., I would expect it to have stops run in later sessions, like Asian, Australian session, which it did. Because that's liquidity for them. They can grab that and sell it off to all the retail traders. But this what got everybody. This little push high right here, after all this faking, and you get this push high, oh yeah, a lot of people was in buys. And then what you get? The greatest sell-off. Very, very strong directional movements. And that's what created that gap for us that has not been touched yet. Still waiting. This is an area of interest for the market to go to, possibly. Ads popping up like on Sunday. So with this move, same scenario, I would place my targets right up in here. You got support here. You got this little rejection here, this pullback. Then you got support here, all going. And so that would have been a nice little target. Yeah, it could come down to these lows and everything else. But like I said, we want to get that easy money first and let the rest run. Train ourselves to get what the market is for sure going to hit, and also train ourselves to let it run for continued profits, because nobody knows what the market is going to reverse from. We can have clues, previous support, previous reversal on the higher time frame, but still we don't know. So with that I don't know aspect, you have to get what you can and let the rest run, and over time you'll start to develop a sense of, oh, I can hold this trade longer because I've seen this move happen in April or May for 5 years now. You know, you've been watching the charts like that. So, but with that being said, sales worked out Sunday, Monday night, overnight. We woke up into big money. I remember this sale. Take profit was after we had this engulfing off of support. And then I lost. I took an L because I got into these buys and I held until my stop loss got actually I got out early. The reason why I got out early because this candle right here. I stayed in because it did close bearish and I didn't really like that, but we had this bullish indecision candle. So with indecision, I like to let some deciding factors happen, like letting the next hour play out. And with this next hour playing out like it did, it closed and engulfed this, took out both of these lows. I was like, yeah, I think we good. I think we good on buys. I think the market is going to attack or at least try to settle at the ultimate low and then break down below, which it did. You know, because it was showing, you know, with this big green bullish candle that was getting everybody into buys, and then you get to see this little structure starting to form. You're like, oh hell yeah, we about to push high. It's the evening, something about to happen. You feel me? So that never happened, and in fact, we get a bearish engulfing now. I would have been kind of like hesitant to take this. The fact that we got a sell at support, you know, minor support if you're looking at it on the 1 hour. And I'm pretty sure there are other stronger supports, but this is support on the 1 hour. And looking at how it created that support, we were expecting it to potentially hold, you know. That's the idea of trading. You know, when it gets to another area, it would typically respect what it did previously. History repeating itself. It's not just go do different shit now. History will repeat itself. And so we were expecting that, even though we wasn't in that trade, no engulfings, but that's what we're expecting, especially with this candle being so prominent. It was like, okay, I could see the market dipping back down, but I would have been more confident in this buy if the market would have taken out this liquidity in this move and then pushed higher and maybe possibly creating another bearish, bullish engulfing. But that scenario never happened. You know, we started to turn around just shy of the wicks, not taking our liquidity yet, and then we get a sweet bearish engulfing right here at 8 o'clock NYC, 7 o'clock Central Time, and then a nice sell-off overnight. And I mean, this was a coma week because I mean, you get an overnight seller here, wake up to profits, then you get an overnight seller here, wake up to profits. Like, it's crazy. Pip just said Australian dollar just crossed Friday's high. We'll get to that. We're gonna get to that. Wednesday, more selling opportunities. Bearishing the bullish engulfings was just failing, man. Every chance you had at engulfing on the bull side, it was just failing. You would expect for one, if you get a bullish engulfing, 50% of that which is, I know it's hard to see, but which is that if we shouldn't break through that. If this engulfing was real, market should not come. And if it does, we should see strong rejection from buying at a discount area. You know, you discounted from the full extent of this move. You know, this is kind of looking at it from a small time frame perspective, but still in all, market shouldn't be breaking down below. And not only did it break down below, but they closed below the low of this bearish engulfing. So that was all voided out. No longer bearish. And as you can see from Wednesday morning, it just continued to tank into Thursday morning. Weak ass bullish engulfings. We got a nice little setup here. That ultimately did work out. I don't know if Thursday was that a speech? I think Thursday last week that we had a speech from Jerome. Jerome was talking that shit. And yeah, so if you caught this buy, obviously it did work out. I mean, you had targets here, these wicks down here going with this little swoop right up in there, right up under that is what we like, not the highs. You know, that's a possibility, but we know for sure it should come up in here. So that would have been a nice little quick take profit for you. So this would be Friday's high right here. What Piff was talking about. Friday's high was 65.44. This high is 65.44.4. 65. Yeah. Well, if it didn't break high, it retested it and tested that area. So that's one good thing. That's good that we're respecting shit. Like I said, we're looking for sales. If we break above here, that'll be a nice area to sell from. And when we say looking for sales, it would be awesome for price to reject this area and not only reject it, but give us a bearish engulfing like we see here to sell into. Yeah, I see it now. Last swing high. Yep. Yeah. Then again, here we did get a bullish engulfing right on Sunday's open, which I ain't really feeling that. Yes, it's working out right now, but I ain't really feeling that. I think that's just a enticing move. You know, if you caught it, good, but that's not really the setup I like to look for. I would like to catch this engulfing with stops below the recent low, 5 pips. Let's see if we caught that. 64.98. Let me see, was that the low? 64.98. No, 64.93. Oh yeah, we got stopped out. We would have got stopped out, but being that this candle was stopping us out in the Asian and Australian session, and especially going with the bearish pattern that's been going all week, I would expect it to continue. And the fact that we just ran stops and not continue going lower, it would be probably your best bet to take buys above the break of this recent swing point. So you would have probably been in buys like at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central Time. And like I said, targets would have been up here. So let's say if you would have took that on both scenarios, because you would have got stopped out on this one. And but it would have been iffy, because what made me want to get out of this early is this candle here. But the fact that it didn't engulf this candle, I would have been like, I'm not sure. You know, we did swing right here. We did swing lows right here, but it still had more stops to run before it continued higher. So I would have been looking for that manipulation to be like, okay, we going down, we about to engulf this, and then I'm getting out. So if we would have like engulfed this and closed here, I would have got out of this by, way before my stop loss got hit. Like I said, I only really let trades hit my stop loss is for when I'm really not looking at the charts. You know, I set it, forget it, go about my day. And you know, if we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. But if I'm seeing signs while I'm looking at the market, yeah, I'm gonna get out. And you know, possibly if I saw this rejection, oh shit, well, we didn't keep going down. Not only that, we created a pin bar off of support. You know, it's not an engulfing, but it is a color change. I might be willing to take that. You know, and that's just how you gotta read the market as the charts print candles out, and just be patient. Let's see, in a little bit we better go jump to the news and see what we got. See what we got on these news releases, Jeremy. Let's see what Pip says. 65 is the next target area. 65. Where is that? 65. Yes. Yes. On the 1 hour. Yes, I like that. Even that's a good target. Anywhere from 65, 70 to shit. 65, 50. Why not? That whole zone is a good area for targets if you're buying. Like I said, and right above that, we got 65, 80, 82 is old daily support from the. If you look at the daily time frame, you'll see why I have this line right here, 65, 83. You'll see that's old daily support. So market could ultimately throughout the week come up to this high, and we can start seeing signs for a reversal, going bearish. Let's see what else he said. That's the swing low support that was broke last week. It would be retested. Big facts. Big facts, my boy. All right, let's go to the news. We got some news you can use. FXBros. FXBros. Alrighty. This week, no news. Monday. I'm not sure if the charts will be closed, if trading will be closed tomorrow, but we don't have no news. So it's all price action. But what we do have, we have monthly CPI indicator. It's a nice news release for Australian dollar. Even more powerful for the USD, but we'll take that evening. We got Tuesday evening news. Previous 6.3, consensus 6.3. They're looking for it to stay the same. If y'all don't know what CPI is, I think the CPI was the consumer CPI. Consumer price index, yeah. No, it's not with consumer. Bam. So let's see. Y'all don't mind my background noise if y'all hear it. We hear live with it. You hear me? So you go hear all kind of shit in the background. Let's see. Wednesday, 10 a.m. We got the JOLTS, job openings. That evening, Australian Judo Bank manufacturing retail sales month over month. Thursday, you already know we have ADP employment change, jobless claims, continuous and initial jobless claims. Also, S&P Global Manufacturing, ISM Manufacturing. That's for May. I think that's I'm not sure if it's looking at previous. Yeah, that's looking at the previous month. I got this one in June. 1st of June, you dig? And then Friday is going to be potentially a no trade day, depending on how the week look and how we are in trades, because we have sweet NFP. You hear me? Friday, 30 minutes before NYSE on the New York time zone. So 7:30 Central Time in the morning on Friday, NFP. Like I said, typically we don't really trade NFP because the market just goes fucking haywire. So we're not really trying to put a lot of risk on that. So we're just gonna keep it light, or just step on the sideline, because NFP typically is the move for the week that will give you clues on what the rest of that month is going to look like, potentially. It's not a strategy or nothing, but that's how you got to look at it. That's how you got to come with the mind frame of NFP, especially since they dropped that shit at the beginning of the week instead of the end of the month. You feel me? Why they don't drop that at the end of the month instead of the beginning of the week. So I ain't gonna talk about all that. But yeah, manipulation, baby. Manipulation at its best. Back on the charts. Like I said, man, how I broke down Thursday's afternoon buy. If you didn't take that buy because it was after our trading time, a lot of the FXBros, if you will, we didn't take this trade because it's after our trading time, and then you can see why. Sometimes you gotta let them trade, especially if this is news. I really think this is Jerome's talking. That's why we had a strong push at 1:00. But nonetheless, we kind of consolidated within that price zone. Then we kind of wicked out, running stops. And then if you would have got in at the break above this, which is right around midnight, you would have been good, taking profit up here. 30. Oh yeah, that would have been a nice little 15 pips. 10, 15 pips. Take that shit all day, fam. So right now, like I said, this is all algorithmic price action if you want to look at it from that scale. We have no news to interfere with what the market does from here on out. So we should see continuous price action until Tuesday. It's our first news release. And that news release is for Australian dollar. So, and it's not the Tuesday evening. So keep that in mind. But overall, what I'm betting market is going to continue to push higher. We're at least going to sweep this high, trade into this area. I would like it to come up here, and I'm looking for sales anywhere up in here. But we're going to see. We're looking for sales up there. And we're just going to rock with it. We got almost 20 minutes left for this candle to close, and we're going to wrap up the live in 20 minutes too. Sunday kickoff call via Zoom. Boom, 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 boom. The sales, baby. Let the market come to you. You already know what time it is. I'm gonna laugh if we close all the way down here, up under here, and get a bearish engulfing to finish off what this one did. It was a weak ass. Oh yeah, the bears are here. For this daily engulfing, the bears are here. The only thing the bulls can do is push it up for the bears to sell again. The bulls won't be in play until we break. Shit, I'm gonna just give them this early, 66.75. Till we break up in there, I'm not really saying nothing about the bulls, fam. Really, I want them to break 68 flat. But yeah, if they ain't up there, it's all bear territory, baby. Keep it selling. We're looking for sales. Like it's a discount. You hear me? Whoa, what's on, brother?
What's going on, man?
Man, you already know, man. Living life, bro. I got the music playing. You know, we in Dubai with it right now.
Nice. The vibes are really, really nice. Hope everybody enjoying their weekend. Memorial Day tomorrow.
Do you know if the market's gonna be open tomorrow for sure?
Nah, tomorrow bank holiday.
So nothing.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Well,
yeah, I'm not gonna be trading. Yeah.
Right. But we still know the bank's
gonna take the day off.
Yeah, the bank still gonna have their trades probably moving around.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if Oanda is gonna be actually. Well, do they ever like shut down? I don't know.
No.
Like it's just Sunday, right? Saturday and Sunday. I mean, yeah, Saturday, right?
Yeah, because the market is still open. You know, the
Right.
foreign exchange market.
But like if Christmas fell on a Thursday, New Year's and Christmas.
I think Christmas they probably shut it down.
Piff just said market's open every day except New Year's and Christmas.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Big facts. Feel like that bitch open all the time. Except Saturday. Is the music a little bit too loud?
No, it's good.
All right, bet. How was last week for you, bro? I know you probably was just sleeping sales.
Yeah.
Did you
It
get the
was
bulk of
good.
the
I
move?
had like two. Yeah, I had like two sales for the week. I mean, two trades for the week. But
two trades.
yeah, that worked out for me.
Probably that Sunday and
And
Tuesday.
the end
I
of the
know I
week,
caught two.
the sale, the sale at the end of the week was really, really nice. So I got that.
On Friday?
Yeah. Friday was
morning?
super easy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was real easy. Real easy. Tuesday was my bread and butter, boy. I woke up, and I'm pretty sure everybody did, but.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one took me out in profit. I just kept dropping my stop loss,
Actually, it was.
Then I got back in.
Monday, Tuesday at midnight. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, that trade. I took that out. I thought that bullish engulfing at on Tuesday at 9 a.m. was gonna push it back up. I had actually got into that.
Yeah, I from its dropping and looking to the left, and I was like, wait, hold on, we in space. So that's when I started looking at the 4 hour and the daily, and it showed me, that
We still had a whole lot more room to go down.
Clean traffic. So it's like I just started looking at that and didn't change my bias on the bearish side of things just because of what was going on the larger time frame. And understanding that if I would have got into any opportunities on a counter trend, that it wasn't going to be the ultimate move until you get that setup happen on the daily or the 4 hour.
Right, because this was the 4 hour that I got into right here, and you see how it closed.
Right.
It closed real weak. So yeah, that was a telltale. Then we get an engulfing again, and the color change, but still, it's just signs that the bears are here.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, yeah. The market tanked all the Tuesday and the Wednesday morning.
Yeah, man, it's definitely good to take a look at all those time frames. Like for me, I stay away from going lower than the 1 hour because that's what I enter off of.
Mm-hmm.
So I rarely, if I really, really want to snipe something, I'll go to the 30-minute and just get in early, which I really could have waited 30 more minutes to super confirm and I get in on the hourly. But sometimes I'll run that tester early. That way in the beginning of the hour determines if I can like really put something heavy or just put another small entry as I scale into it. But yeah, for the most part, it's the 1 hour and up, man.
Gotcha.
It's the 1 hour and up.
No, that makes sense. I mean, it's nothing but a lot of noise when you go into the 1 hour. Like 30-minute, yeah, that's half of the 1 hour. But anything 15, 5, 1, yeah, you really you're not really looking at the full structure of the market.
I mean, but that's changing. I don't scalp anymore.
Right.
For your scalping traders, like I totally understand, like, these moves that just happened, like, you would have got something real sweet and nice. I stayed away from it just because, it's the weekend, it's the holiday. And, I'm just going to let all this play out until Tuesday, Wednesday, and really get something in. But,
yep. That was the move.
Real, yeah, like easy, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, for my scalpers, I totally get it, and I don't know, who knows, like when I have more time, I might open up a whole different account just for my scalping trades.
Right.
You know?
And
But,
it's like you said, you need time for that.
Yeah, that's what I say.
You
Yeah,
can't
right
rush into
now
a scalp
it works. Yeah, it works really, really nice with the schedule that I have to just trade off the 1 hour, looking at the 4 hour and the daily for my direction and to catch my bias. And yeah, man, just letting it play out. Like honestly, bro, you start looking back at these trades and how you got everything marked. You know, these arrows that you see on the chart. Those are the reversal, the signals, and engulfings that we, usually look for. And
Right.
as you can see, for the most part, once you have that stop loss at the, at the bottom or on the top, a couple of pips, 5 to 10 pips above or below those wicks, not the body of the candle. And then you can see that for the most part, it works out. Now, the thing is making sure you put your target at an area where you know for sure it's going to hit.
And that's why I was just breaking down, bro. Like even on the back testing video I did, I broke all that down to the T of because I use 5 pips. I go but this like I said in this scenario, if you'd have bought this bullish candle, I would have got stopped out because I put my stop below the recent swing low, 5 pips, and as you can see, this rejection wick later on that evening took out that low. Now, granted, this trade is outside of our trading time, so that's one thing. And also, I believe this was news. Like I said, I think that was Jerome speaking at 1 o'clock. I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay. What time was it?
This was Thursday at 1 on N1, so it's 12 Central Time, Thursday. And I don't think that was him.
Yeah, but the dead giveaway was that it was what the time that it was.
Right. It wasn't in our time zone. So
dead giveaway. Yeah.
You can see you get the Asian and Australian session looking at that support like, oh, we can catch liquidity down there and trade up. So exactly what they did, dipped down below and went up. Like I said, if you would have got into this buys by any way necessary possible, you'll take profit or you'll stop. Take profit would have been right up in here. With these wicks coming down, this little swing point right here, I would have put it right up in there. And as you can see, you got take profit in the morning and Friday morning. But the move was Friday morning, 8 a.m., 7 a.m. sales, engulfing off of a nice little resistance area. Nice clean. And then not only that, these sales worked out fast. That's what I be talking about engulfings, that the great setup. So when you get into a setup and it works, it goes instantly in your favor. Fuck all that retracing shit. Like that's why we like the engulfing candle, because it did all that on a smaller time frame. All this wicking, that's the retracing it tried to do, and on a smaller time frame. We kill all that noise and wait for the engulfing on the 1 hour, and it could go even hard on the 4 hour if you're willing to wait. It's all about patience.
That's true.
It's all about patience, man.
And that one was even better because it was like at the peak of that bullish movement. Then you get that, bullish reversal engulfing. So you have that clean traffic that can eat up really, really quick during high volume. So it usually happens around that time. Like I would say anywhere from between the hours of like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning all the way to like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when it's going to happen. That's when that sweet one is going to happen. And, if it don't happen, don't worry. You good. Like next morning, be, ready for that move again.
And when it does happen, take the trade like a robot.
Yeah.
Like, don't be like, oh, well, it didn't work out yesterday. Nah, every time you see it engulfing, take the trade. That's how you're able to even determine if your strategy is powerful.
But yeah, I mean, every time that you see your setup, you should, without a doubt, you should take that. I think the problem is when that setup doesn't happen, and then you try to improvise and look for something else And
Right.
maybe this is really happening because my setup didn't happen. So obviously something else is going to happen. And I
Right. And I
always like
gotta
to
get
say
into
that
something.
exactly. That's why I say the market is either going to do two things, something or nothing. That something is when it happens in my plan, in my strategy. That's when I'm like, okay, I'll take this without a doubt. Like I'm good with right hand layups. Left hand, I'm kind of working on that. So I'm gonna take this. It's wide open, easy,
Right.
But when it doesn't happen, are you gonna pass the rock and just let somebody else take care of that for the day?
Are you gonna try to take a shot when you guard, you double guard it.
Yeah, when you know you don't have that Kobe in you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
give it up.
They double team you on defense and you still trying to take the shot. Like
Give
that's
it
not your
up.
best opportunity. It's not a
Give it.
high probable shot.
Come on, man. Come on. So yeah, those are the times where you gotta give it up for that time. You know what I'm saying? And come back to it. Come back to it, bro. Because as you can see, the market it always comes back. Like just like after that in golfing, you would have got in, entered, and you see what happened an hour after that. How that sucker wicked all the way up and came all the way down. Like you'll be, freaking out probably. But that's when you gotta ride the wave. Like when it's momentum, ride it. Don't, you know what I'm saying?
And that probably wasn't number news. Possibly either that.
That's definitely what it was. Definitely.
Oh,
Yes. What day
probably
was
wasn't
that?
number
That was
news. Friday,
Friday, yeah. Yeah.
9 a.m. Central Time.
Yes. But yeah, man, just riding it, and if you would have missed it, that's another thing, you know. You're like, hey, you missed it. Like simple as that. I don't know what to tell you. Like you missed it right quick. You know what I'm saying? Take it easy. It's all good.
It's a whole another day, a whole another week, a whole another session. Like the market ain't done.
Like that's what it's hard, bro. Like it's hard to set a schedule for something that's 24 hours, if you will. Like you go to the
Cause
gym
because you can always find a reason to like
to go.
make up for missed time, if you will. Because
Yeah.
if it's always open and you didn't catch it in the morning and you feel like, hey, let me catch it in the evening or let me catch it in the afternoon or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But if it's only open at night, then you know.
Yeah.
If it's only open in the morning, then you got to set your schedule around your life to be ready for that moment.
Yeah.
And truthfully, the AM and the late PM is the best times to trade. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just me. After looking for 4 years plus at this one pair,
I agree 100.
I've seen trades at 1 o'clock. I've seen trades at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock. But when I look at the whole scope of things, you have way better high probability setups in the late PM time and early AM. And I'm gonna just say AM, not early, because late PM roll into early AM. But late PM and AM time, that's
Yeah, I agree.
all right.
I agree.
I got you.
That's how I started jumping on the 4 hour and stuff. Like I was like, what time frame I can kind of analyze throughout the day, like different parts of the day within certain time frames. Like that's why over the time because when I was scalping, it's like you can catch something. I would say you can see an opportunity. The market moves is more volatile just because it's a smaller time frame. So it
Oh,
looks
what
like
time?
it's
Like something under the 30-minute?
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Any scalping time frame.
If you're looking at the 1 minute shit, you got an opportunity every hour.
I would say more.
I mean, yeah, more is pushing it, but you for sure got one every hour. Like that's for sure. Yeah, you could have multiple. I give you that, but it's a for sure you got one every hour. But that's a whole different ball game as far as looking at setups and structure, because it's like it's a lot of things going to that. Now you got to get more closer with timing the market.
That's what I'm saying. Just like how I look at the larger, I look at the 4 hour, but enter on the 1 hour. If you trading on the 1 minute, you're going to be looking at the 5:15 and entering on the 1 minute, which means the longer you should be, the longest you should be sitting in a trade is 5 to 15 minutes if you're trading on a 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if I'm sitting in a trade that's not working out for damn near 4 hours, I'm probably need to cut it short. That's what I like to do. Just because it's like,
I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
That's why I like to see trades work out instantly. Like that's not nothing to feel bad about. To see trades work out like that. Like people feel like that's lucky, or that's being like I'm catching these lucky entries and all this shit. But it's like, nah, that's how the market's supposed to be in the high volatile times in the morning. Yeah, you get into a trade, that bitch supposed to go the way it's supposed to go instantly. Because typically the ones that get you stopped out is the ones that kind of like, go 5 pips in and try to retrace back into the zone, or when you enter that, then maybe go negative and yada, yada, yada. And like you said, those are the ones you probably sit in for like 2, 3, 4 hours before it may go in your favor or not.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I guarantee those times when that setup does happen, it's going to be outside of like you might have entered a trade during your session, but that funky movement is going to happen outside of that session, or you're going to have some news that's going to rock you, but it won't take you out. In a few hours after it settles, it'll keep on following and take you out. Like, and once again, this is what usually happens when I look at it. Like I look for that, and that's what I notice. You know what I'm saying?
Because you expect it, just like you said, if you got into a trade at 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. and it never even went maybe 15 pips in profit, maybe 10, and you sitting in that trade to the evening, one thing I wouldn't be expecting for, I would be expecting for your stop loss to be tested. Like, let alone being in drawdown. Like if it been in consolidation ever since you entered for like 8 hours, and now you entering into the evening session, like expect, if there's some news about to come out, expect that it's gonna dip down below, especially if you still holding true to your bias and you feel like it's gonna go bearish or bullish, and it ultimately does. Expect some type of reversal trades, if you will, are just moving more towards your stop loss, going against the initial move. It's all manipulation. You got to look at trading from a manipulation standpoint. They're not just gonna give you money. They are trying to take it at the same time.
Right. That's a key. I mean, you got to treat it like that. You taking it, nothing is given to you. You gotta take it, and it's just looking for your opportunity, and being patient for that. Like they had one quote, and one guy, I don't know, he was talking about how the lion, he don't run out and try and get every gazelle, every impala, when them boys run by. He wait and look for that perfect one that's like a little slow, got a gimp in his leg, something that he know, like, I could probably get this nigga right here. And
that's an easy meal.
That's an easy one. You know what I'm saying? So,
and he hungry. So let me go for the easy meal, get my energy up, so now I can chase after these fast ass niggas.
Yep. And it's nothing like he knows at a certain time these suckers usually start running through my set. So I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. And this market usually start running around 4, 5 o'clock all the way to like 10 o'clock.
It's a long time.
That's a long time.
To just be patient. Yes. To wait for a meal. But hey, what other industry can you just sit and wait for a profitable trade to come to you. And, you know, that's why I like looking at this as very close to real estate. You know, we building our trades into a profitable situation to take profit, to sell it. You know, just like a real estate situation, you know, you got to rebuild it, build it to something where you can turn it into a profitable deal for you.
Yeah, it's a cash flow. I mean, that's
Right.
that's exactly, and that's like with any business per se. But yeah, for sure with real estate, you putting in constantly. You constantly, whether you know it or not, you know, you constantly fixing shit. You know, you making sure your land straight. When you got issues, you just get steadily just upgrading it, putting money into it, until it's the time that you can either cash out or set that sucker up for a cash flowing asset.
Like a swing, long-term trade.
Come on, man. Exactly. To where you can start putting into those positions every 4 hours, every day, when that sucker is just like skyrocketing, just keep
and that's you
adding,
updating the kitchen, adding the
Come
pool,
on, bro. Come on. And by
adding
the
the
time
extension, another bedroom.
and by the time you cash out, boom, you could either reinvest and come on, man. It's just a compound interest at point after that.
That's tough. But yeah, that boy Pip said he wanna chop it up about putting alerts in the group. So we probably gonna hop off of here and jump into the Telegram right quick for a hot little second.
All right, that'll work.
But yeah, man, market look like it's still on the minor side of things. Look like we're still trying to push bullish from this support area, but ultimately we're still in this zone. More of a consolidation, if anything, and we could get a breakout, but I feel it's gonna be short lived, and I'm looking for sales in all this area.
Yeah, my call would be I want a daily closure above 65.50. I get a daily closure above that, then I'll be ready to switch.
To switch to buys?
Yeah.
That would be probably, I ain't gonna say kind of short lived, but it would have to be a strong push to the bullish side because you got old daily support at 65.80 that just broke on Wednesday last week. It's daily support since November 2022, March 10th, and April 26, 28, and it just broke last Wednesday. So if we push up that high, we could be reversing from that. So if you are turning bullish, keep an eye on that price area.
Yeah, like, and I don't mean like turning bullish, like I will enter off of that, but that's when
right. But
I will see more. I would see more structure happen on a 4 hour and a 1 hour to be like, oh, okay, we starting to take out some of these areas as well. So that's why. But I would need to switch. Like my switch is not even close to bullish right now. But that's when I start to look at it if I see that daily.
But you said 65 what?
65.50.
Okay, yeah, that's why I'm looking to take sales at.
Yeah.
So I see why you picked that area. I understand why you picked that area.
Because if what I'm saying is if that would happen on the daily, then the 4 hour would show me something. It'll probably go up, get you into some sales, and me too. And then it'll come back up around and then close. And that's when it'll happen. Yeah. So
got you.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yep.
Well, yeah, we just broke it down. That's what we're looking at. We'll tap back in the morning, 6:30, see how the market played out overnight. And
Memorial Live. This is
Memorial. You know what? We probably won't do a live.
Yeah, I mean, I would be up for sure. Like if you just want to chop it up and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna be up, but I probably won't go live. So we probably could chop it up on our Telegram. Everybody that's in the Telegram, you know, y'all could hop on the live or however we're gonna do it.
Yeah, and, I would just make it a habit. Yeah, and that's one thing. Just make
it's definitely gonna be a habit. I mean, the live alone is making it a habit.
Don't trade
But
on holidays. That's what I meant.
no.
You know.
But like I said, we could just chop it up and see what if the if any of these areas got tested just to see. But
That's a bet.
other than that, we'll be back Tuesday morning. You heard me, 6:30 in the morning on Tuesday.
That's what's up, man. Y'all be safe. Enjoy time,
All right,
family. Peace out.
Peace.